Good evening.
Good. Hey guys and girls, welcome to the Playstuff versus Team Dicknitas ETFT2 Highlander League match. Tonight we're playing a stopwatch mode ADDA. Sorry, just getting things sorted out over here. Jim, if I can pass across to you to explain to everyone what that means. Tonight's cast is by myself, Logan, and Jimbomcb from Playstuff, and we will be making no apologies for an entirely biased cast.
Good evening. Basically, the game is being played as an ADDA, so one team attacks, and it currently looks like Playstuff is attacking, so Playstuff will have to push the cart as far as they can, as quick as they can. Once that round is over, the teams are swapped over, and Playstuff will defend, and they basically have to stop the enemy team from capping as far they did or as quick as they did, and then it's reversed.
That's right, and it's an exciting game mode, stopwatch, as the name implies, and as Jim explains, up against the clock. And here we go, kicking off with the scout for Playstuff, just sitting on that cart, trying to make some progress with it. Dicknitas choosing to set up camp at the top. Good place for their sentry, good place for the engineer to keep his farm, and Playstuff knowing it's a good place and moving in immediately and taking it all down. So not a bad start, bit of progress, and we've seen Playstuff play on this map before, they're familiar with it, but this time we're in the 4th division of the ETFT2 league, which is a vast change from last season, which we were in 6th, but managed to go 10 points to 0 over the entire season. So we applied to season 5 this year, and the admins at ETFT2 league, they said, guys, you're going in division 4, so yeah, we'll see how we get on. We're playing for fun with the aim to win, of course, but the goal at Playstuff is always to pretty much remain positive and get the most fun out of it, rather than beating each other up over not being as elite as the other opponents.
And here we could see the Playstuff decided to take an Uber up the top where the Team Dicknitas had their sentry set up. They mopped it up pretty cleanly, and they've just sealed through the first point, pushing now onto second with a group pushing up under the roof and clearing it out. Possibly
very nice start. I mean, this is a really quick push. Boy Lee, the engineer for Playstuff, doing a great job getting his mini sentry down nice and quick, nice and easy to relocate, no messing around, building lodge camps for the attacking team engineer on Highlander, and an engineer not necessarily being a player class you see in competitive TF2, apart from Highlander, of course, which every class is represented, and that's why it appeals to us so much.
Yes, we can see they're making a good fairway on the next point, but blue team do have their Uber now, and they're just going to try and take out what they can to let the rest of the team just push the cart forward. See, they're pushing through into their spawn now.
And I think they missed the heavy behind them there. I didn't realise he was right behind them, because the blue medic goes down. Dicknitas still haven't stopped the cart, but they have taken out the heavy medic. Fortunately, he'd just blown his Uber, so he pretty much used his value for now. And here we go, the first pause we've seen since the start of the game of the cart, but a really good time so far, Jim.
Absolutely. It looks like a fair few of the red team are down, so Playstuff are going to do what they can to harass them a little bit, but it looks like they're spawning up. Blue do have a fair bit of an Uber advantage though, so it's just a matter of trying not to get killed, getting some damage in on themselves to Uber up, and just get ready for that final push down the ramp and see what damage they can do.
Yeah, Sarah for Playstuff, the Playstuff medic, he's really good at building that Uber nice and quickly and using it rather than losing it. He's one of the best medics in the Playstuff community. We're a fairly new team to competitive play. We used to have a clan years ago when the beta was around, and into the first year of TF2, but we kind of we got bored of it. It was 6v6, we were playing for fun. We kind of advanced quite far and then started meeting much more serious business teams, so I think it just kind of died out. But this is a team that's been kind of spontaneously formed, hasn't it? It's grown out of a lot of hours playing together, a lot of focus on team play on our pub server, and the guys are getting better every week. I mean, from what I've seen, Jim.
Absolutely. I mean, they've had a near unbeaten record. I can't remember how many losses they've had exactly, but it hasn't been many at all.
No.
But they've definitely been putting up a good fight. Looks like they've got Spy in, unfortunately not taken out the sentry. They're just trying to get whatever fire they can in on the sentry beneath the stairs here, but it looks like Red Team have the bottom secured pretty well, and it's just another time of just sitting back and building up the Ubers.
Yeah, the engineer for the Red Team doing a great job. He's got his Wrangle sentry out. He's well positioned, and he's being protected by the demo man at all times. That's an interesting choice, Jim. I normally see the Pyro playing a much bigger part in the spy checking of the engineer than Team Dicknitas are employing at the minute, favouring the demo man instead with the sticky bomb trap. And that's possibly a sensible decision. He's still got his pipe bombs.
Yeah, so but yeah, they're definitely putting up a good fight. So it's going to be interesting how this pans out. A Red Team have their heavy down, but Red Team do seem to be losing quite a few players here, but they still have the sentry up down the bottom, which is going to be pretty vital to any successful push.
Yeah,
Both teams
and Playstuff are going to want to either Uber the heavy. Oh, here we go. They're Ubering the heavy, dropping down, force the Uber from the Red Team, but that's not going to protect their sentry, their engineer camp, and players falling for both teams. Loads of players falling for Playstuff. Quite a good defence by Dicknitas there. I'd say very solid defence. They lost their sentry, but they used their Uber effectively and took a good chunk of Blues down, and they will hold for the time being.
Absolutely. It's interesting. The soldier had his, I feel really bad now, I can't remember the name of it, but he had his little battle horn which gave them all many crits, and it definitely seemed to help a little bit. They got a fair bit of damage down and managed to repel the attack, which was pretty impressive considering they had their sentry totally down, but they just managed to hold it off.
Yeah, it surprised me. I thought the Playstuff had done what they needed to. I keep calling teams by their names. I'll refer to them as red and blue from now on, that's probably easier. But the blue team did a good job pushing, but yeah, as you say, Reds rallying together and holding off in fine style, really.
Absolutely, both medics down now. Apocalypse got a very nice stab on the enemy medic there, so that's him down for a few seconds. Cero's just back up our medic for our team, so he's got a little bit of an Uber advantage. The sentry's been set up under the building on the right when they're going down the ramp here, so it's going to see interesting to see how they adjust to the new sentry placement and see if they have any different tactics to take it down.
Yeah, it's a really sensible decision by Reds, moving the location of the sentry, just keeping Blues guessing, keeping them on their toes, and they're all set up nicely there with a full level 3. Blues now preparing to push, coming back from spawn, all but the heavy alive and the scout rather. They'll be respawning soon. The scout will obviously power forward nice and quickly. The heavy really wants to wait till the medic's got his Uber anyway, before he shows his face too much. But here we have Blue's spy. He's checking the scene out. He's seeing where the sentry is, and he's running around the back now. He's going to try and get some sort of position, possibly by dropping down through the window to take that sentry out and give Blues a much easier job on the push. Blues with full Uber, Reds with full Uber, so really it's a matter of who blows theirs first. And here comes the drop down.
Very nearly taken the red out of. It was just surprising them they were dropping down right in front of them. They were looking a totally different way. Unfortunately, Blues medic being taken down.
Yeah, absolutely. That was another good hold by Red. Both had the Uber advantage at the same time, but I think, and I might be wrong, I think they took down our medic just as he was hitting his Uber. Oh no, there he is. Oh no,
he's only back up. He was
yeah. No, that was lovely work by Dicknitas there. Actually, their name Dicknitas is as good a reason as any to refer to them as red at this particular point in time. I don't want to keep repeating that. It makes me cringe every time, especially as I'm a Team Dicknitas fan and being the only major UK esports team. Feel slightly patriotic about them and offer them support. It's sacrilege to be calling your team Dicknitas, but I suppose it's a nod in the right direction.
Here we see the red heavy just poking out his head a little bit to try and just harassing him a little bit. They have their full Uber and blue do not, but it's nearly there, so it's just a matter of hanging back, not doing anything too drastic, just building up for yet another Uber push and see if they can take this down. They've set a fairly good time so far. They managed to capture 3 points in 2 minutes 35, so it's going to be definitely a challenge if they can hold off the when they're defending, if they can hold the enemy off for the first 3 points in a decent time. They're going to be away with a decent win.
Yeah, I think that's their. I mean, that's their advantage here. They certainly are having trouble pushing this final point, but with that time, as you say, 2 minutes 35, that's a pretty quick time, and it's going to be surprising if Reds can beat it. But we've seen more surprising things happen. So Blue should certainly not relax at this point. They need to keep the push going. I'd suggest they need to regroup a bit more, maybe stop poking around the corner quite so much until they're really ready to go. Maybe they could employ a more of a harassment tactic prior to popping their Uber and force an Uber out of red a little bit earlier, just to get that advantage as they come down to push and have more of them standing when the Ubers run out. We'll see.
Absolutely. It's again, they both have full Ubers up. 2 players down for each team. Let's see how this Uber works. So push works.
Oh, and this is strong. They took the heavy down very nicely, the blue team, as they came around the corner. The sentry farm goes down. The medic's left his soldier, but the soldier using his buff banner again. He's pretty good getting that out. Is it the buff banner that makes the crits?
Yes, the buff banner. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I played that now. So. I should know. I've played something like 1,800 hours of TFT, 2,000 hours, but you know, old brain and all that.
No, I can remember either. It's I don't think it's commonly used that much in competitive. I haven't personally seen it in the competitive matches I've been a part of. But
me neither.
Not saying much.
Well, it's a big sacrifice as a soldier not to have your shotgun, isn't it? It can get you out of so many difficult situations, especially if you want to be aggressive. You know, you find yourself in the middle of the enemy. A shotgun's going to serve you much better than a buff banner. But defending this point, I can see the reason to use it. You know, they're all together, so it's going to have the best effect. And really, you know, the shotgun's not going to come into play as much because at the moment, they're defending on the ramp, trying to keep Playstuff pushed back. And they need every little buff they can get, really, to do that.
Absolutely.
So sorry, mate.
It's quite an interesting decision defending. It might not be so good attacking, for example, because he might run about with the medic as a pocket a lot. Having the shotgun, if he's off in his own, is going to be pretty vital, I'd say. Spy taking down the demo there, nicely done. They're making a good push. We need to see if they're oh, it's going to hit. Sorry, I'll just interrupt that.
They've got the momentum, but into overtime, and it does look like Dicknitas is going to be able to hold. And there it goes. Dicknitas wins.
They've defended it up to the last point with 2 minutes 35 seconds remaining, or taken to capture the 3 points. So it's decent time set now. The Team Dicknitas have to capture, I believe, at least 3 points. And they need to do that in 2 minutes 35.
Yeah, and there's the challenge. I mean, whilst that was a very, very nice defensive final point, as Jim says, it's simply a matter now of Playstuff holding them for longer than 2 minutes 35 before the 3rd point. So definitely very, very, very doable. And we'll just see how they get on.
Yes, I do believe the only way the Team Dicknitas can win this is either capping the 3 points faster than that, which, let's be honest, is going to be one hell of a task, or getting the bomb into the pit at the end and capturing all 4 points on the map. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they do.
Oh, okay. So if they miss the time but cap the map, they still can win the points.
Yes.
Right. Oh, well, that makes it a little bit harder for Playstuff, but nonetheless.
We can see the red team have the sentry up on the same position they had at Playstuff had when they were attacking. And
yeah,
very similar tactics, pushing up top with an Uber again. Attack.
I think it's a pretty standard tactic on this map, isn't it? And it's about the best place to have your sentry farm. You can support the heavy medic, they can fall back to it. The pyro's got a nice place to come back, get a bit more fuel and spy check. And it's probably the safest position at the start of the game to set up your sentry farm and hold.
Yes, Playstuff doing quite a good job of holding them off. It seemed to be a better job than Team Dicknitas did holding them off anyway, as their sentry is still up. It's going to be interesting to see how they attack going down here as the cart's just coming out the other side. They don't seem to do much.
Playstuff needs to wake up a little bit though, because they're letting this cart get strolled past them, and I think probably in the excitement of the game, as I say, fairly new team playing together, they've been concentrating on the push that was coming from the top. But that was kind of a half-hearted push on the basis that the main strength was coming from the scout at the bottom with the pyro pushing forward. But they've been taken down. They've capped the point, Team Dicknitas, but
no,
they have stopped it up on the cap.
Yeah, they couldn't have got it any closer if they tried. It's quite impressive.
Yeah. Is that capped or is that just about to be? Oh no, it's not capped. Oh, that is impressive.
Any undefended touch on that, will be capped straight away, but...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I didn't spot the sign hadn't changed to blue, actually. Of course, in Team Fortress, when you take a point, and there you go, changes to blue, and Dicknitas move on. They've 46 seconds now to get 2 more points, and it's going to be very difficult indeed. And someone in chat is asking HUD, please. I can see the HUD myself on this tree.
Be a scoreboard. There's the scoreboard. But yeah, stream might be doing a quick restart and the map just try to fix some issues. But good push from blue here. The scout getting behind, and I managed to grip up and take down the defending medic pretty well.
Yeah, very good. 4 seconds to beat Playstuff's time for 2 points. Not going to happen.
So now this is it. Time's out is a question. They have to cap these 4 points in these 5 minutes 45 seconds. Obviously, time added as normal when they capture the points. But Playstuff been doing an alright job, a lot better than Team Dicknitas were doing defending. So they just have to keep up the defense.
And 5 minutes, not such a long time to hold on this map. I mean, a lot longer when you're playing in a pub game.
Well, up to 10 minutes now that they have it captured, as the times do increase each time a point is captured. But
right, okay. I must admit, I find it a little bit bizarre that for a stopwatch watch mode, I don't think I've ever either commentated, being new to the whole commentating and casting business, or played in a tournament game in stopwatch mode on a PL map. It does seem to devalue the speed of capping in many ways, but yeah, as you say, you know, it's going to be very possible to hold Blues off for this 10 minutes, but at the moment they're looking pretty strong. They look like they've got themselves together.
Yeah, so they're making a good push. I must say, I do think stopwatch is a good thing. I mean, previously there wouldn't be much of a way to differentiate between players capping more points than the other but still not winning the round. It's definitely a good thing, but it just can be a little bit confusing, I believe, to your players.
Yeah, it's certainly got me confused, and I think Playstuff are in trouble here. Dicknitas pushing really strong, still got that buff banner out, and this looks like they're going to do it.
Yes, this looks like...
And there they go.
I must say, Playstuff, they did well initially holding it off, but after the enemy attackers team got a bit of momentum up, they just pushed through, and they just couldn't gather up the force to hold them off properly, and unfortunately they lost.
They Looked a bit scrappy in defence there, Playstuff. Once the first point fell, they kind of seemed to be coming out spawn in fits and starts and not really regrouping properly, and that makes them vulnerable when there's a full team all focusing on sticking together around the cart or covering those that are on the cart.
Absolutely. Now the teams are going to switch, and they're going to Playstuff will be defending first while Team Dicknitas attack first. So I'm going to quickly restart the stream and we'll be good to go.
Good stuff.